So today we're going to look at our open source project, mainly this open source application of our SS. I'm going to deploy it to this one of ours, x86 server. Then put it on top of this heat dissipation base. This is Orange Pi 3, which has deployed other services. We're going to talk about this little x86 console in this issue. Then deploy our isFun Windows. This is my first x86 service. I plan to deploy it stably in the future. Let's take a look at the relevant documentation first. This issue focuses on using war on Windows. Then deploy the first open source, free RSS application service. I won't talk about the above introduction. I mainly use this x86 mini host, low power deployment of dark-related services. Then why did I choose this Windows? Because it can install this dock on it. And desktop can also install this Dasiber. Installing the Ubuntu server system. This one I recommend you to use. You can directly install it on your Windows or on a separate Windows. To deploy this multiple Tomos related service, the whole process is a visual operation. You don't need to install anything else separately. If my first service is it. It is a minimalist RSS self-hosted service. The official introduction looks like this. We open. This is the one on GitHub. It has so many stars. Then this is about some of its features. So let's look at the interface again. Here is its introduction. That's basically what it looks like. And it also supports mobile and compatibility along this. Look. Okay, let's get back to this. Because of my own little host, it has a problem. I can't help it. On top of the often on this little console. To deploy this service, it will always have some compatibility issues. On my big mainframe, it can be no problem. So if this function of yours is normal, you can use this to deploy. Very convenient. If your function is abnormal, or pursue better compatibility, then we might have to use Linux. Deploy our spotless graph with this Dasiber. Install multi-core reinstallation of this service. And this is my final result. Let's open up our remote desktop and take a look. First of all, this one is my mini little host. In the last installment we talked about using this good display connection. We connect to it. We turn it off. First of all, I highly recommend that you use this desktop to use this service. Then create a folder yourself. Install the app you want. But I install this spotless diagram with Dasiber here. System. Click on it. We start the Linux server on this Windows. Then enter. Super user. If it is a purely new system, you have to install it yourself. This Docker, I have installed it. Then Docker is not enough. I also prefer to use these Docker repositories. Take a look. This service, with these two. For example, let's create multiple folders. Then we install this one. What is this RSS service? We enter into this. Then create a documents file. This document is explained in the documentation. Let's take a look at its official address. Use more here, shell to install it. Here is this configuration file for multiple comps. Direct copy. Just modify it slightly according to your instructions. And then we went back to our little mainframe. Here I have set this configuration. And then I boot it up. Temporary startup is using this command. If it is set to be a long-term startup, just add a *d. Let's start it first. It has been started here. The port I mapped is 8705. Then we open the browser and it is also 8705. Then let's take a look at my subscriptions. This is the current blog I subscribe to. This is what he eventually looked like. Let's open it up and take a look. And here's just the blurb. No full text. If you grab the full text, you can set it separately. This video from this issue. There we go. Let's revisit. So let's start with this. I went with the low power one. This is a small x86 host, instead of the host of that big chassis. Because of a fully loaded one is only 10S. So choose it first. Moving is also more convenient. Then we use Docker to deploy the server. Docker works in two ways. The first, it is recommended to install Docker Desktop on Windows. Then go use it. The second one is take a look at Ubuntu using this WSL2. This Linux system can also be installed on Windows. I chose this one. Then we install the selected RS item. It's this one, Minimalist RS. After startup, we put it when installing multiple commands, then start it. Make it finally achieve such an effect. Then my subsequent operations will be done remotely. This ready for the desktop. This one, we open up Ubuntu. Open endpoint. Install Docker. Then start our Docker commands. Then access our service in your browser. That's it. Okay, that's it for this issue.